Today I'm going to demonstrate how to use an Aerovane Jig adjustable chuck system from setup to finish, how to fletch an odd size arrow. And the one we're going to use, very common ACC 349, which also is the same identical size as the ACC Pro Hunter. Well, since the ACC Pro Hunter is an odd size, it won't fit nearly any other arrows except a few odd size ones, although it's an E size. So first of all, the outside diameter is totally different. So how do we do that? Well, it's an E-size knot which is not available for any of the fixed chucks. So let's set up the Aerovane Jig to start with. First of all, we want to set up the leveling system for the Aerovane Jig to make sure it's indeed level with the table. Now we set the level correctly. Next thing we do is that we put the arrow on. Very important, open the jaw first by clockwise and counterclockwise, or slowly rotate the jaw. Now you can see the jaw is now grabbed between it. You can see the arrow is dipped sideways. Now how do we overcome it? We actually designed an Aerovane Jig leveler. Now when you put the leveler on it, the 2-ball bearing system will set it on, and we slowly increase the height of the leveling system. The moment the bubble is right, we know that the arrow is leveled with the jig. So in other words, although this is an adjustable chuck, adjustable hook, with the jig, this entire system now is leveled. Okay, now we are ready to fletch this arrow. I'll put it in the fletching positions. Very critical, this entire process, the most important part is these 2 sets of knobs. See, the first knob, if you turn it clockwise, it will open up the jaw. As you can see from this angle, much better. You will open the jaw, it will fall off. And when you close the jaw clockwise, it will grab. Alright? This is important because see, you can see that I designed it so all these 2 knobs can be adjusted and rotate at the same time. Very critical. A lot of people do not put the O-ring or put the O-ring loose in this part. If you do so, this knob will no longer be tight, or at least reasonably tight, and the moment you touch it, the jaw would open. So if you feel like you didn't get any tension right here, you can use a bigger and thicker O-ring and squeeze it to about 0.5 millimeter. Will give the tension between this knob and this knob, which will give the tension to the 3-finger jaw. Alright, we're going to fletch this arrow. First, just like all Firenock standard fletching procedure, you use ordinary acetone. You dip the shaft end very quickly. Before it dries, wipe it clean with a paper towel. A clean paper towel will do wonders. Alright, now we put the shaft outside using the 3-jaw system. You just grab it. Now a lot of times when the thing is too tight, the jaw won't move. So you need to grab it and slowly using it, make sure that all the jaws are tightened together. Sometimes individual finger can be loose. Make sure you tighten them before you use this procedure. We're going to rotate it down to 0. That will be our first point. Just like all basic Firenock fletching procedure, you start with quote-unquote a vein. And since we are grabbing using the basic Aerovane 2, and in a fletching procedure like this, we now, because of the adjustable chuck, I will actually move my pin a little bit higher. I'll use 0.4 as my index. Now the second acetone procedure. Because the first time you use the first acetone, that bottle is considered dirty. We always work with a clean one. Where's a clean acetone, Q-tip, you do a wipe and instantly dry. By doing so, you're giving a surface of it, you're pulling every single dirt out of the vein. Okay, now we're going to put the glue on. Using AGO 600, I'm going to put a tiny bit of glue right there. I'll put it on the jig. Now, very important. You see that? I mark it right at the edge and push down. That will take about 10 seconds. It'll be all set. Now, this is the critical part. I'm going to focus on where the knob is. A lot of people will grab the vein and pull, or grab the nut and pull. That's where all the mistakes are made. Because the moment you do that, you're going to cause everything to loose. What you need to do is that you need to use the lower 2 knob, half turn, which will tighten up the set system, and you use both fingers to grab the all 3. you open the clamp and rotate all three at the same time. Now you're maintaining the tension, and the knob are also maintaining, and without grabbing that vein off. If you do not grab this knob and put pressure while rotating with the rotation of the third knob, this will move. If it moved, you lose your index. Now I'm going to grab the two other veins, which just happen to be underneath the jig when I moved it. Alright, let me put it back. Okay, let's put the second vein. In this case, I'm going to be white. I'm using the same index, number 4. I'm going to use a Q-tip again. I'll dip in the acetone. I'll wipe and instantly dry. Very critical. Without drying it, the moment when I touch the glue, if any of this glue got sucked back into the bottle, the entire bottle of glue is absolutely useless. Okay, second vein down. I'm going to go in. Now touch the back side, push it down. Then we go in slowly for about 10 seconds. Again, this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to grab the two lower knobs first, apply tension, and then after attention, grab all three knobs. Open jaw, rotate at the same time. See that? If you don't do all three together, you're going to have that problem, and the thing will not stick right. Okay, put the third vein on. Again, I'm going to use the line 4 right here. I'm going to dip in acetone again. I'll wipe clean, dry immediately, and then glue on. Oh, that's a little bit fairer. Glue on. And while holding it tight, push it in now. Alright, well, 15 seconds later, which we're going to wait patiently, I'm going to adjust it so you can see how I do it from a bit different angle. I'm going to hold the knob. Maybe I'll do it from this angle, which you can see from it differently. I'm going to hold the knob. First of all, I'm going to rotate it with a little bit of tension and then move forward so I'm able to grab all three together. I'll open the jaw, rotate, and pull the clamp. As you can see, that finish fletching our Aerovane jig. See how perfect that looks? That concludes our demonstration of using an Aerovane jig to fletch with the adjustable chuck on some weird size arrows. Thank you.